Hello students, in this video lecture I will discuss about the ionization potential or ionization energy which is given in your book page number 6. Okay, so what is ionization potential or ionization energy? See that it is the amount of energy which is required to eject an electron, okay, or to remove an electron. Okay, what does it mean? For example, say sodium. Okay, you have taken sodium in the gaseous form, the sodium atom, and you have changed it into Na plus by taking out one electron. So the amount of energy required in doing this, okay, that is known as ionization energy or ionization potential. Okay, now it is very difficult to find out or to express the amount of energy required to eject one electron from sodium atom. So what we will do, we will take 1 mole of sodium atom. Now what is the 1 mole of sodium atom? It is 6.022 into 10 raised 23 number of sodium atoms, right? So whatever the amount of 1 mole of sodium atom is required to ionize, okay, and to eject the electron from them or to remove the electron from them, that is only the ionization potential. This is an example I am giving you through sodium atom. Okay, so how can we define ionization potential? That it is the amount of energy required to ionize a given element or an atom in the gaseous form. Remember, ionization always takes place in the gaseous state, okay, not in liquid or in solid state. Okay, so remember this, that ionization always takes place in the gaseous state. Okay, now whatever the energy is evolved, okay, that is only or required, okay, that is only ionization energy. Now ionization energy, see what is the definition. Let's go from your book now. Ionization potential of an element is the amount of energy required to remove the most loosely bound electron from the outermost shell of an isolated gaseous atom of that element. Isolated means which you have already separated from the rest. Okay, now it is expressed in kilojoule per mole since it is energy, so obviously we will use the unit joule here also. So kilojoule per mole or electron volt. Now what is the value of 1 electron volt? 1 electron volt, 1 eV is equal to, what is the charge on an electron? 1.6 into 10 raised minus 19 coulomb. Here we will write joule. Okay, so this is the value for 1 electron volt, right? Now the energy spent when the most loosely bound electron is removed from an atom is known as the first ionization potential. Okay, so what is first ionization? Now you can remove more than one electron also. Okay, say for example in case of aluminium, okay, see the configuration, atomic number of aluminium is 13 and configuration 2, 8, 3, which means 3 replaceable electrons are there. So first I will take out one electron from aluminium and I will change it to Al plus. Then from Al plus again I will take another electron and I will change it to Al2 plus. Okay, again Al2 plus, there again if I take an electron then it will change to Al3 plus, right? So the amount of energy required here is obviously ionization, and let it be IE1, let it be IE2, and let this be IE3. Now we can see that, okay, we normally see Al3 plus, right? But does it happen in one step only? No, and this 3 plus also take place in several steps. So what are the steps? First it will lose one electron and change into Al plus, then it will lose another electron and change to Al2 plus, and then gradually it will take place. to 3 electron. Okay, so it can lose 3 electron. Now the ionization energy required to remove the first electron is known as first ionization enthalpy or first ionization energy. The second electron, when you are removing the second electron from the same element, so it is second ionization enthalpy, and the third, if you are removing the third electron, it is third ionization enthalpy. Now this is known as successive ionization enthalpy. Okay, so it is given here, the value of successive ionization potential or energy. Okay, so this is known as successive ionization energy. So what is successive ionization energy? The term successive ionization energy we will use only when we are removing more than one electron from an atom. Okay, now interestingly, if I ask you, in which case more amount of energy is required, can you tell me? Okay, see, if you are, when you are taking out one electron from aluminium, okay, then what is happening? One plus positive charges produced. When you are taking out two electron, two positive charges produced. When you are taking three electron, three positive charges produced. Okay, now students, just think, when you take out one electron, see, it is easier to take the first electron, but when you attempt to take out the second electron, you have to spend more amount of energy. Now why more amount of energy? There can be two reasons. What are the two reasons? The first reason is that when you take out the electron, the atomic radius decreases. So when the atomic radius decreases, what will happen? The outermost electron will come close to the nucleus, and then more amount of energy is required. Or second point, you can also write that, see, here no plus charge is there, but already one plus charge we have developed by removing one electron. Now obviously this plus charge will try to attract the electron, right? So it will be difficult to take out the second electron. Now similarly for the third case, when already you have taken out two electrons and two positive charges already developed, and the size has further reduced, so it will be much more difficult to take out the last electron, the third electron, right? So what can we conclude? We can conclude that third ionization energy is always greater, because you have to spend more amount of energy in removing the electron, okay, then IE2, then IE1. Okay, so because it is easier to take out the first electron, but it is difficult to take out the next and next. Okay, so this is known as successive ionization enthalpy. Okay, so successive ionization enthalpy or potential, it increases as we take out or remove more than one electrons. Now let's move on to the factors affecting the ionization potential. Now what are the factors on which this ionization potential or ionization energy depends? The first factor is atomic size. Okay, now let's understand this. Okay, now I am giving you two atoms. Say this is the nucleus and say this is the distance of the outermost electron. Okay, so this is the distance of outermost electron. I am drawing another atom. See, this is the nucleus, and see, this is the distance of the outermost electron. Okay, so obviously say this is the case 1 and this is case 2. Now tell me, okay, in which case the distance between the electron and the nucleus is close? Obviously case number 2. Okay, so which means if the radius, now if the electron, we know that if the electron is very close to the nucleus is having positive charge, so if it very close to the nucleus, then what will happen? You have to spend more amount of energy in order to remove this outermost electron. Understood? So in this case, if the distance is more, then less amount of energy is required. Why? Because if the distance between the nucleus and the electron is more, outermost orbit is more, then the hold on the electron of that nucleus will be weaker, and you can easily remove that electron. Understood? So what can we conclude? That with the increase in atomic size, ionization potential will, or ionization energy will, what will happen? It will decrease. Yes, because it will be easy to remove an electron from an atom which is having more size. Okay, so with the increase in atomic size, the ionization potential decreases because of decreased nuclear attraction on the outermost shell of electron. Understood? Second point is the nuclear charge. Now what is this nuclear charge? Now nuclear charge increases with the number of electrons. Okay, nuclear charge always increases with the number of electrons. So when we move from left to right in the periodic table, you will see the number of electron increases. The number of electron increases gradually, right? But the number of orbit does not increase. Now if the number of electron is increasing, then what will happen, you know? Then to hold this electron, nucleus also have to increase its power. Right? Yes, so this is known as nuclear charge. So if more amount of nuclear charge is there, it will be difficult to remove the outermost electron. Understood? Okay, so this is known as nuclear charge. So what is happening? For example, let say in third period. Okay, if you move in the third period, okay, say in the third period you will see sodium, in group 1, right? In group 1 you will get sodium, sorry, I'm writing here, group 1 you will get sodium. And if you start moving, okay, in group 17 you will get chlorine, say. Okay, yes, in group 17 you will get chlorine. Okay, because what are the elements you are having? Sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, then chlorine, right? Now tell me, whose sodium at nuclear charge is more or chlorine nuclear charge is more? Chlorine nuclear charge is more, because chlorine is more electronegative and chlorine have more number of electrons in it, right? Yes, because as you move gradually, see in the third orbit, sodium having 11 atomic number, which mean 2, 8, 1 is the 1 will be the electronic configuration. So here it will be 1, then the next atom, okay, so the next element, what it will be? Magnesium, it will have 12, 2, right? Aluminium will have 3, silicon will have 4, phosphorus will have 5, sulfur will have 6, chlorine will have 7, right? So like that, chlorine is having 7 electron in its outermost orbit. Okay, so which mean, what did I say? That more number of electron, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, mean more number of proton, or the nucleus will have more number of charges, more nuclear charge will be there. So if more nuclear charge is there, then it will be difficult to remove the electron, and more amount of energy you have to spend in order to ionize that. Understood? Okay, so what can we conclude finally? Nuclear charge. With increase in nuclear charge, the ionization potential also increases, because you have to spend more amount of energy, because the hold on the outermost electron of the nucleus has increased with the nuclear charge. Understood? Okay, so the nuclear attraction of the outermost cell, because of the increase in the nuclear attraction on the outermost cell. Understood? Now I will end with this variation. Now variation of ionization potential in the periodic table. Now ionization potential in a period. Now what did I understand? Just now I explained that when we move from left to right, the nuclear charge increases, right, and the atomic size decreases. So what can we conclude? Yes, that the ionization potential in a period increases from moving from left to right, because the nuclear charge increases across the period. Understood? Second point is that ionization potential in a group. Now when we come down in a group from top to bottom, okay, what we see, new orbit is introduced. Okay, new orbit is introduced, and as a result of it, the nuclear charge is also not so much. Okay, yes, so the ionization potential in a group decreases on moving down from top to bottom, because the atomic size of the atom increases, and so the distance between the nucleus and the outermost electron increases, so easily we can remove the electron. Understood? So go through this variation, right? I'm ending this lecture over here. Understand the concept, okay, and practice the questions given from in the back, okay, related to this topic, right? Okay, thank you.